Hello guys, today's topic of discussion is why we use sinusoid in electrical engineering. So the basic answer to this question is that firstly, while evolution we were having only mathematics as well as physics. From physics, we got electrical engineering, and in electrical engineering, we study like power systems, control systems, signals and systems, measurements, and other subjects. So, I would like to take a screenshot of that. Now, moving further. In physics, the basic experiment we perform is the experiment of a pendulum. Consider a pendulum. It is at rest. Now, if it will move, we took the pendulum here, and if we left it moving, so what will happen is it will take a path like this, and let me show you in a better way. Take a path like this. You can observe that this is a sinusoid in nature. Sorry, it is a function of sine, as you have studied in last standard physics. Now, moving further. In control systems, basically we study four types of systems, that is undamped, underdamped, critically damped, and overdamped. Thus, topics can be studied in both control system as well as in measurements, because we can see that when we have a measuring instrument, consider a PMMI instrument, if it is measuring, consider it is measuring an AC current. So what will happen is when you current it and when you start to supply, the pointer will move like this, and it will end at a point where the reading is to be taken. It do not directly comes to the point. So the basic thing that I would like to tell you is here we study underdamped system. And I would like to say that most of the systems that we study in electrical engineering are underdamped systems. So guys, as I told that the underdamped systems are the only systems we use mostly in the electrical engineering. So what happens is, for an underdamped system, with respect to T, and it is C of T, that is response of time as we study control system. Example, now if you want to reach 5 volts, so what will happen in case of an underdamped system, it will behave like this, and it will finally reach the steady state value. Consider this is the steady state value, it will like to reach this, but it will not exactly reach. Consider if our ideal condition is to reach 5 volts, then it will reach 4.9 volts or something else, because in practical conditions some losses occur. So as you can see that this is sinusoid in nature, and we can give this plot an equation as C of t equals to, it is called del omega n t, or root over of 1 minus del square sin omega dt plus theta. We can write an equation this. As you can now, here you don't need the equation, but you only need to understand is here we have a sign. That is, it is all C of t is a function of sign. I would like you to take a screenshot of that. Now, again moving further. In electrical circuits, third thing is firstly, the next thing we will do is, I would like to tell you that as we drawn the response of C of t with respect respect to t. This. And we also draw a response for a pendulum. This. If I would rotate that 90 degrees, then the response will be like, you can see that both are similar in nature. So the concept of evolution from here also we took from the general pendulum case. Now, moving further. In electrical circuits, what we have is R, L and C. Take a sinusoid. V equals to Vm sin omega t. So, for R, there is a voltage V here, there is a current I here. Voltage will be similarly, generally IR. As we have taken V equals to Vm sin omega t, so we can also say that I equals to Im sin omega t. So V equals in general here is Im sin omega t. It is a function of sine. You can see here it is a function of sine. Now let us talk about L. In case of an L, we know that V equals to L. In case of L, we know that V equals to L di by dt. So V will be L into d by dt times of d by dt of I, which is Im sin omega t. Differentiation of sin theta is cos theta, so we can directly write is L into Im into omega into cos omega t. So here we can see that it is a function of cos. Sine and cos in general are called as sinusoids. So I can call them as sinusoid. Please take a screenshot of that. We will talk about it later. Now again moving further, for a capacitor, I equals to C dV by dt. Here also I can write C into d by dt of Vm sin omega t, which can be written as C into Vm into omega into cos omega t. It is also a function of cos. We call in general I will call it as sinusoid. So here what we have seen is, in spite of differentiation, integration, the nature of any signal is not changing. That is, we are getting function of sinusoid in nature. Unlike if we are giving as unit step, ramp, parabolic, we will get a different function here. But here the nature of the function is not changing. So sinusoid in double E is used. Now again moving further. From the Fourier analysis, which is studied in the second and third semester of engineering, Fourier analysis. Two things are studied: Fourier series, Fourier transform. From Fourier series, we can say that any periodic signal in this world can be written in the terms of sine and cosine. That is, any periodic signal can be written in terms of sine and cosine. In sine and cosine only, we cannot write in the terms of ramp, in terms of step or in other signal. So also we have got the importance of sine and cosine in Fourier series, and in math it is studied mainly in mathematics. Although we can understand the importance that as from Fourier series we can write any signal in terms of sine and cosine. It makes us think that sine and cosine is nothing but sinusoid only, na? So we can see that in evolution, that is, I told you, from maths to physics to electrical engineering, everywhere we can see that sinusoid has got its function. So there is a conclusion that it is used in most of the places, and that is why it is used, because we are getting everything in terms of sinusoid, and we are also now getting the same thing in spite of differentiating or integrating it. So we use sinusoid in electrical engineering. Thank you.